I'm so happy you clicked this thumbnail. Why? Because it is literally one of the most important things that you can do when you're trying to stop the scroll. There are over 2.8 billion users on YouTube, and a large portion of them are creators. As creators, how do you stand out in a very, very crowded place like YouTube? Well, honestly, it's the thumbnail. Why? It's the first thing that anyone sees before they even get a chance to read the title. They see that thumbnail. Thumbnail is what makes people click the video in order to find out more. So I'm going to show you what I use in order to stop the scroll. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, what makes me really good at thumbnails? I'll show you. I have a score. I'll show you in a second. But I want to front load this video with value. So I'm going to tell you the things that are important to thumbnails up front, and then I'll show you why by giving you some examples, and we'll take a quick look at what's out there in the landscape and what they look like and how to make them better. Okay, so I have made a couple notes of some things that I think are hyper important when it comes to thumbnail. One of the first mistakes that I see whenever people create thumbnails, they're way too wordy. 3 to 5 words tops, no more than 7. That has been my rule from day one, and I'm gonna leave it that way. 3 to 5 words tops, no more than 7. You might be thinking to yourself, hey doc, I watch XYZ successful creator Vinny Boombop, and he has like a whole paragraph. Well, because he has a large audience and they're coming back no matter what. Those thumbnails on really large channels oftentimes don't have any words at all because they're not new. They're not trying to make a name for themselves. Name already made. Company like Nike can have an ugly logo because, well, they're well established. A brand new shoe company needs to have a catchy, beautiful, respectful logo. Nike, they've been in the game forever. They can use that ugly little swish all they wish. Now, I am a fan of real pics. A lot of people say, oh, just take a frame out of your video and then use that to make the thumbnail. And I'm going to tell you why that is bad advice. Well, you should technically make your thumbnail and title before you ever shoot the video. I understand there's times where you have no choice, but for the most part, you want to do the thumbnail and title first. That is kind of a deeper conversation than what I want to go into for this video, but I'll make that video at some point in time. If you want to know more, let me know in the description. Why? Because I guarantee you 86% of the people watching this video make the video, and then they make the title, and then they make the thumbnail. Once you learn why to do it the other way, or just experiment without me even telling you anything, just start making the title and thumbnail first, and then go make the video. I guarantee you it's going to be better. Yeah. Anyway, we won't I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because, whoo, it's a deep one. It's a deep one. Okay. It's very important if you are going to use a frame, don't do it. Make sure it's coming from a 4K shot. It's just going to be better. If you're taking it from 1080 and then you're trying to get, big faces on your thumbnails, it's not going to work. Faces work really well. They don't have to if you have a faceless channel or a subject that doesn't warrant faces, but faces scientifically do better. Why? Who knows? That's the answer. Okay. And then consistency. It's very important that you start to maintain a consistent look so people can understand what your channel looks like. You know brands when you see them because they have a theme. When you see a Porsche shape, it's the same way. Your Porsche has made that 911 look exactly like the 911 since 1964, 62, something like that. Something way older than us. Anyway, Porsche has never changed the style. Why? That's part of the brand. That look, that's part of the brand. Also, you want to start to get consistent with the color. Now, right now, you might be new. You haven't figured out what your color palette is. Spend some time and just do that. You can always change it later, but it's better that you start to build a consistent style. Get yourself a color palette. I'm going to give you a reference in a little bit where you can go and check these things out. But right away, please get yourself a color palette. I have some tools that can help you get that done. And then most of all, have fun. Just have fun. The entire process of getting good at this stuff is having fun. Now I'm going to take you someplace and show you some things. So I just wanted to front load you with that value up front. I'm going to run down the list one more time for anybody that has to run. Please don't leave the video. This is how I make a living. But if you got to go, at least I'm going to give you the info straight up front. 3 to 5 words, no more than that, no more than 7 ever, no matter what. Real pictures whenever possible. Try not to steal frames out of videos. If you do have to steal a frame out of video, make it 4K. Start to develop a consistent style, a consistent color, a consistent typeface. Make it so that when someone sees one of those thumbnails, they know that it's one of yours. And I forgot an important one. When it comes to picking fonts, you want clean, easy to see from small, look at them on a tiny phone, and no script. Very, very rarely will you ever see script in any of thumbnails. It's just, unless it's a word that has nothing to do with it, it's just a decoration. But try to stay away from script, and mostly let's have some fun. So let's dive into some actual things that can help you actually see what's popping. Brand new whips just hopped in. Sounds from the top 10. Let me pop this off for just a split. I want you to be able to see this. Now, as you look at these examples here, you'll see that some of the large channels break all the rules. They don't have to worry about the rules because, well, they have a large audience. A large audience is going to find their video no matter what. Algorithmically, they're going to do okay, and they're going to get so many views that YouTube is going to show them these in the beginning no matter what. This is a really good video that if I wasn't filming this, I would go watch NPC Live beat making because it's something as a DJ I'm interested in. However, that is a horrible thumbnail. It just is. Here's a thumbnail by a friend of mine, and it's right there. The boundaries for creators, super cool. All of this small writing underneath it, impossible to see. Why did she make it like that? Well, she's an educator. Educators are used to being wordy in their titles for whatever reason. But really, all of the rest of this didn't really have to be there. And one thing I will say, the title in the title and the title in the thumbnail, not necessary. Use this space for something else. Don't duplicate them. That is something that my company breaks all the time because they don't listen to me, but I try to tell them to stop that. Okay. Dang. Quincy, good to see you, brother. Here's a good one, just Fuzi XM5. Boom. Then it says a mini entry-level piles. This combination right here is pretty good. And then you see over here, PR, he just put in mini, and that's exciting. The look on his face, the two images, I'm intrigued by that. Super, super smart. Now, in this case, I know Patrick stole this frame out of the video, or he took this frame on purpose. But in this case, let's just say he posed for this. This is better than snatching it out of the video. Posing for the shot before you shoot the video makes sense, because then what happens, you'll notice a lot of times you'll see the thumbnail and you won't see that actual shot in the video. That means they made it first and they did what they're supposed to do. So let me show you how we know this is working. This is my channel. And if I click over here, you'll see that my style is fairly consistent. I do have a couple private videos that I had made for teaching, but I'll delete those so that way they're less crazy. Shorts don't have a thumbnail, but you'll see I have a generally consistent style. I kind of follow a formula. The ones you see right here, those are from this particular series. But just check out these scores: 98, 100, 100, 100, 100, 98, 100, 100, 98. Like, I get good scores on my thumbnails. Why? Because I'm following the rules of what thumbnails should look like. Now, me personally, I use Adobe Express. I think Adobe Express is hands down the best in this thing. But for this example today, I'm going to do it in Canva because I know more of you guys use Canva than use Express. So let's pop over to Canva. Now, I want to give you permission. You have no designer experience whatsoever. It's okay. Canva got you covered. Let's pop back. Bingo. Here, I'm just going to click on YouTube thumbnail. Wow. And you'll see there is all of these examples here over the side. This is good and bad. I'll tell you what people do. People take, let's see, a cool one like shocking moments. And they take this video and they go over here. Words you wanna, oh, now do that double, come back out. We're going to, never mind the misspelling, say. Okay? And let's just say this is your thumbnail. This is what people do. Please don't do this. Do not just take the template and change a couple few things and call that go. You want to change the template at least 30, 40%. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to take, let's back this up. We're going to undo. And then we're going to start here. We're going to start with this one. Okay? So surprise, shocking things. Just don't take this as it stands. We want to take all of these and we're going to go ahead and change the words, and let's call this thumb. Actually, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to pick this one because this one is better. I want to make a new page. We're just going to use this person. First thing we're going to do is delete homegirl. Second thing we're going to do is delete the crazy, spinny, twirly background. Then I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to hit thumb, learn how to type. Second word, I'm going to hit nails. And then over here, I'm going to type YouTube. Well, YouTube. Okay, now I'm going to 86 the little flourishes, not necessary for this, but I'm going to show you what I mean. This is a good font, but I don't want this font in this particular case. There's lots of choices in here. You kind of got to find one that works for you. And again, I have an established brand. I know what my font is. My font is Mont. I don't use Canva anymore, so it might not be in here. So for this particular example, I'm just going to use Futura Black. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to take this, use the same thing, use Futura Black. Then I'm going to take the bottom one and then use Futura Black. Okay. I used a different Futura Black in this particular case, but it makes sense. And then I'm going to say for YouTube, but I'm going to highlight YouTube, whoop, and change the color to red so you know what it is. I'm going to take this over here. I'm going to place it. I'm going to change the rotation to there, nail it in the corner, no pun intended. I'm going to change the rotation here. They don't have to be perfect. As a matter of fact, I want it to be a little messy because I wanted to attract attention, right? If it's absolutely straight, that doesn't make any sense. And then I'm going to take this YouTube one and kind of make it like that. And I'm going to make this bigger. Pop it in the cut like such. All right. Now, what I want to do is change this background so that it matches something that I would use. So I'm going to go in here, find me a dark purple. Bingo. That means I could take this guy and pick a different color for the words. I want to use like a light purple. Bingo. I would actually go in here and use my physical palette. I think it would be better for this particular case, but I'm just going to use these for this example. And there, we're going to call it like that. Now I want to change this. Sorry, I just had a last minute brain fart. I want to change this to like that. Okay. Not too crazy, but it sort of works for what we're doing. Okay. So now we're going to go do the rest. I am a strong believer in using faces, like big faces. But before we do that, I want to go get a what's the word I'm looking for? Burst, B-U-R-S-T. I'm going to go in here, see all. I'm going to find the burst. I don't want to use the burst that they use. I'm going to use this cartoon level burst. Blam! Pull it, rotate it to match about where I want, which is going to call it here. And then I want this base color to replicate. Let's do this. Use this guy. I want the base color to be that. And I want the background color to be this red. And this color is kind of sort of not really there, but we'll just pick white. Okay, boom. So now my burst is there. Then I want to go to elements real quick and search for kid on the computer. Look at photos. I want something that's a little isolated, meaning by itself, not really thing. Let's take this kid right here. Bingo. And then I'm going to change this to about yo big. Faces are important. Click on the image and then say background remover. The kid is gone. And then I'm going to go get a large, obnoxious, huge face. Let's see. Boom. There it is. Face. Hello, can you go? Boom. That's it. We're going to embiggen his head about yo large. We're going to rotate it about like such. And then I'm going to click on edit this photo. And I just want to make some adjustments to make it a wee bit brighter so that it sticks out. Mess with the contrast a little bit, pull the highlights down, lift the shadows, make the white a little bit more white because, yeah, we'll get into that. Anyway, so we're going to take that. And then all we need to do now is move this head for 1 second, grab this burst in the background here. We can take the kid, now that we move the background and lower it. We don't really need him. But we're going to embiggen this burst so that it matches sort of where the head is. Okay, we're gonna move that burst. Come here. And we're gonna embiggen the burst. And then we're gonna move it sort of right behind the head. Just like that. Bam. That is an eye-catching thumbnail. It's different. I need to make the body a little bit bigger. And then let's pull it down. Get rid of that. Pull it a little bigger and pull it down because I don't like the half cut off feet. So we're just going to run it like this. Make sure it's not blocking the burst. But that, my friend, is a catchy thumbnail, right? Without doing a lot of crazy work, that is a catchy thumbnail. You don't really have to add anything else. But if I wanted to, go into elements, maybe I would get a play button. Because you know what a play button is. Like, it makes sense. That one's corny. This one is okay. This is not really, I probably wouldn't use this, but let's just use this as an example. This one is okay. And that's it. Like, that is a better thumbnail. So in other words, don't take this as it is and just change the title and then call it good. You want to make it so different that it doesn't look like a Canva template. And if you go back to designs and you see these templates, it's not there. It's just not, right? If you wanted a full background burst, you could just pick a different burst, but just mix it up. Even if you take two of these guys and mix and match, it's better than taking one and calling it a day. So if I was to add this as a new page and delete all of this stuff, right? Click on this page. I might change the design a little bit. This looks like this is a full image. So you can come into the image and you can sort of remix the colors by pressing various things over here. I don't know if this is a full image or a graphic. It looks like it is that. So anyway, I can take that and then come over here and select all of this, copy it, go to this page and paste it in, and then just make these words darker. And that still doesn't look like you just stole the other template. You know what I mean? In this particular case, I would move myself and the little kid body to over here and then take this burst and then slide it in the back like such. Actually, this burst would be unnecessary. So again, same sort of idea, same sort of concept, whole different look. It's not the exact same thumbnail that was already there, right? You don't have to go crazy, 30 to 40% change, and we're going to call it gold. Now, it's very important you come over and get yourself a color palette. My colors come from Colors. It's a really cool spot. And if you're looking for a place to get ideas for fonts, check out fonts.adobe.com or just look in Canva. Canva has resources there. Again, I prefer Adobe because it's just what I use. And if you're already a Creative Cloud user, you have access to this for free as part of your program. If not, Canva is a good free option. There's tons of places to do this, but it's highly important that you go down and you follow the basic rules for making thumbnails. So I'm going to run through them one last time. 3 to 5 words, no more than 7 ever. Avoid script, use real pics whenever possible. Have a lot of fun. If you got to shoot a frame, pull it out of 4K. Try to develop a consistent color, style, typography, aka fonts, and just have fun. And most important, no script. And then most important, try to make the thumbnail and title before you make the video. One that I didn't mention earlier, but is hyper important. The title does not need to be in the thumbnail. They shouldn't be the same. As a matter of fact, if you put them in the same spot on both, it's kind of missing an opportunity to use that space for something else. So it should never say, buying a new car. And then the title is buying a new car. Come watch me. Like that just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work. YouTube doesn't like it. Again, I know you're thinking to yourself, why is this important? Yeah, some of these rules are just rules that they're fun to break here and there, but there's also ones that we just guarantee don't work. And making the title and the thumbnail have the exact same thing, it doesn't work. It's not a good look. So switch that up, and I'll continue arguing with the people at my company to make them switch, but they never listen to me. But there it is. Hopefully you will. This has been another video in my series of Nice to Know, Nice to Have November, things that I wish I knew and things that I wish I had when I started my content creation journey. And this, like all of these videos, is sponsored by me. I am Doc and the inventor of Doc Pops. Doc Pops are these really cool acoustic foam mic filters that you can put on and stop the plosives, but they just look hella fantastic on camera. You'll see here, this is the MV6. I'm using the SM7B cover to fit directly onto the MV6. Yes, there's a little room, but that will help you with the plosives, and it just looks hella fresh. So check out Doc Pops. There will be a link in the description. There's also a YouTube shopping shelf right here on the bottom, so you can just go there and click on it, or you can go to docpops.com or darkmerch.com, DOCMERCH. And again, those links will be down in the description below. Right now, I'm going to show you another video that will help you out on your content creation journey. Go and take a look. Chee-hoo!
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver.